What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be teaching you guys about stereo imaging. So there's two separate types of stereo imaging, mono and stereo. So mono, think about it as if this is a human head and this is the sound you're listening to, if all the audio was just to be coming in from the front, just straight on, just straight at your ears. So a lot of mono audio devices include phone speakers, car speakers, primitive types of studio monitors. A lot of like the old types of speakers that you used to get for like home theater and stuff like that, they used to be mono, so they would just spit the audio straight out. Radios, old types of cassette players and stuff, those were all mono audio. So that's just audio that's coming straight at you. There's no diversity to it. There's no like separation to it at all. So the second type of stereo imaging that we're going to talk about is stereo. So stereo is when it's split into two channels instead of one. So instead of mono, where it's just one channel that's coming straight at you, stereo is when there's two channels, and they come in from the left and from the right. So what this does, since it's splitting the audio into both sides, so it's coming in from, even if it's not straight out at 90 degrees like this, if it's coming in from an angle, it gives the feel of depth and it gives the feel of kind of like more color and flavor to your songs. So that's what stereo is. So how do you know which one to use and which one to use when? So mono audio is things that you want the listener to hear very clearly and vividly, and you want it to be like right in their face, you know? So something that mono would be, let me erase this. So mono audio is going to include your vocals, your bass, your kick, stuff like that, you know. So when someone's listening to one of your beats or one of your songs, you want the kick to be right in their face, you know, it's like slapping them in the face. The vocals, you want the artist's vocals to be on top of the entire mix, so that's going to be mono. It should be clear and sharp and right to the point. Stereo, on the other hand, stereo can be anything else, part of your melody. It can be the pads in your melody, the synths, any sort of percussion. I know a lot of times, even I tend to put my hi-hats sometimes in stereo, and they're coming in from different sides of your head instead of just straight on. Because what can happen, and why this concept is so important, why I'm teaching it to you guys, is if you put all your sounds and you keep them all in mono, if you put all of these over here too, what's going to happen, it's going to end up making your mix sound super muddy. You don't want every single sound to be coming straight on at you, you know? And that's why a lot of times something that producers and artists struggle with, if they don't have the right audio engineer or they're not good at mixing and understanding this concept of stereo imaging, when you listen to your song in your car or off your phone speaker, like holding it up to your ear, rather than your AirPods or your studio headphones or anything that utilizes stereo imaging, your audio is going to sound super bland and it's going to sound rough and it's going to sound muddy. And that's going to happen if you leave all of your sounds in mono, which is why you need to utilize this concept, and instead of leaving all of them in mono, you're going to want to split them and put some of them in stereo, like your pads, synths, percussion, any sort of other instruments that are in there, and any elements of your melody. I even heard of some producers that put their snare in stereo, you know, so they have it kind of like bouncing around the head, and it feels like a more like immersive experience when you're listening to the song. So stereo imaging, biggest two things to remember: mono means straight on, single channel. Stereo means two channels and it's coming from both directions. That's stereo imaging recapped for you guys. If you want more tips like this, make sure to look at the first link in the description where I'm running my academy and I'm teaching you guys all the basics you need to know about music production.